everyone, this is Elisa from Anaya's Toy Box Crochet, and I'm here to tell you what I've been up to. Thank you all for coming. I really do enjoy showing off my mix, and I'm so happy that you come to share that with me. You can find me on social media as Anaya's Toy Box. I am on Instagram, Ravelry, Facebook, Etsy. I think that's it. Yeah, 4. Yes. And I'm obviously Anaya's Toy Box Crochet on YouTube. Yeah, so what have I been up to? I'm going to show you a lot of stuff, and it's going to seem like I did a lot of stuff when I spent 2 days of this week not crocheting at all.
What?
I had a little bit, yeah. I hit a little bit of a crojo wall. Just a little, because now I'm back into it. But anyways, let me show off my mix, my FOs. I am going to start off with this one because I had already started showing you this. So this is Effie the Fox. Isn't she adorable? I used Premier Basics Just Yarn for the red that I was gifted, or I won in a giveaway from Crochet Just My Way with Wendy. Crochet My Way with Wendy. And I made this little foxy. Isn't it cool? This is a pattern by Dear Jackie Stitchery. I've had it in my okay, how did I get it? It is a paid for pattern. I got it because we did a collab once, a collab giveaway, where we had a few designers get together, and on Instagram and on Facebook we had a giveaway for patterns. And so I was giving away a pattern, somebody else was giving, like, basically everyone was giving away a pattern, but we had to email the patterns to the winners, so we all exchanged the patterns that we were giving away, and this is one of them. Well, this is one of them. This is the one from Dear Jackie Stitchery. And so I've had this, and I've been wanting to make this forever, and I never got around to it, so I finally got around to it. Here it is. Isn't it gorgeous? I love her designs, are really, really nice. If you get a chance, you should check it out. I have, this is the second one I made of hers. Anyways, there we are, the little fox. The second one I'm going to show you is this. This is the Buddy Bear from Craftably Ever After. I believe she has a YouTube channel. This is Buddy Bear 2.0 from Craftably Ever After. Yeah, so Crystal from Chronically Crocheting is having a crochet along, and she's making 2 bears, the pillow bear and this one, and I added a tail to it. There was no tail, but okay, I digress. She's having this one and another bear, which is a paid for pattern, as her thing. It ends on the 14th. And so I thought, okay, I'll make it look so cute. I thought it'd be a little bigger. I used facets, loops and thread facets yarn in the colorway Urban Sky for this, and I really do like the way it turned out. I messed up on the ears. I mean, I fixed it, but this ear and that ear should have been more similar in color, but I sewed it on a little too back, and it looked really, really strange, and I couldn't salvage that ear, so I had to make another one. So now I have this dark green ear. It is what it is. I mean, I didn't color control this. This is how it fell, and I do actually really like the way the colors fell at this. I think it looks good, and I think having the muzzle like this, it really makes, even though the colors change here, I think it makes it less annoying, I guess. But anyways, I really did enjoy making this. I already sent it to her for the make along. I wanted to make the pillow bear too. I just didn't have the time. To tell you the truth, with the other crocheting stuff I'm doing, I'm not having the time, and I didn't buy the pattern because I usually buy patterns only when I'm absolutely ready to make whatever I'm making. I made this one. This is from the Spotlight designer, so I'm not going to mention her name, but the pattern will be linked down below. This is an avocado. Now, years ago, I saw an avocado picture. Okay, an avocado is obviously a cat and an avocado mix. And I saw a picture on a t-shirt and I designed one, and I did it kind of with a deadline with the pressure stamp because I was doing it for the magazine I was working on. And I didn't like it. So if you go to my Ravelry, you will find an avocado pattern, but you'll see that it's no longer available because I decided I need to redo it, and I haven't gotten around to it yet. But I bought the colors for an avocado because I want to redo it. So I'm like, well, I have the colors. This is the Spotlight Designer. It is a free pattern. Why not? And so that's what I did. She's basically, I made it in one piece, and I think that was my mistake. I should have made it in two pieces because that's why it looks weird. My design. This one looks much better because she made it in two pieces. So this front piece, and please stop that, thank you. So this front piece and this back piece are separate pieces that you crochet together, and that makes it a lot better. I feel a lot better looking than making it. What I did was I started here, worked all the way up there, and then went down, and it finished over here in the center, so it was one piece, and I think that was my mistake. But anyways, I made an avocado. It's cute. I do love the way it turned out. My son is torn on whether he wants this or whether he wants to have it as the birthday gift for his best friend, so he is still deciding. I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, so those are 3 of my FOs. This is a 4th FO, and this took me ridiculously long to make. This usually I make in one sitting, whatever. It doesn't take too long, half an hour maybe, to pop one of these out. This took me 2 days because I had hit that little wall, which is gone, by the way. I'm fine with crocheting right now. Yeah, so those 4, and this is my last FO that I'm going to show you. It is not weaved in because I just finished it yesterday, but I finished my Darn Good Yarn Shawl. This is called the Shanae wrap. It is a very easy 2-row repeat. It is done. It is, you know, like this is my arm span, so it's taller than my arm span. I'm 5'4". So I think it'll probably be close to 6. I should ask my husband to hold it, but whatever. It's done. This is where I was last time I showed it to you, which was about halfway through. So I finished the other half. This is not a hard shawl or long to make because it's so lacy. It just finishes very quickly. So for this one, again, I used from my Darn Good Yarn subscription, the Hazelnut Harvest. I got 3 of them. And 3 of them would not have been enough to make a wrap, so I matched it with, this is DMC Natura in the colorway Canal, I think. Yeah. DMC Natura, which is cotton, by the way, 100% cotton in 2/8. And this orange is also DMC Natura, and I do not remember the name at all. So I only had 1 skein of each of these colors, like one of this, and one of this. So the orange I kind of split. I did half here and half here. And this one is, it's another brand. It's something socks. I don't remember what it's called. You could check it out. If you're really curious, it's on my Ravelry. It'll be there. I thought these 2 colors were very similar. They don't look exactly the same right next to each other, but with this in between, it looks similar enough. So I just went with it. And I started off with the Darn Good Yarn Hazelnut Harvest. So this is my second Darn Good Yarn shawl that I finished from my subscriptions, which is okay. I've gone through half of the subscriptions I bought, and this is one of the reasons. The reason I had canceled my subscription to begin with was that, I'm going to take off the, whatever, I'll do it later, was that I ended up hoarding them. Like I just had them and I wasn't using them, and so I canceled the subscription. I have since then used most of my Darn Good Yarn. I still have like maybe 4 or 5 skeins left. Okay, I haven't used most of it. I probably used half of it up. I don't know. I was over a year last time I was on the Darn Good Yarn subscription. This time, let's hope so. I've so far 2 out of 4 done. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. But anyways, that is all my FOs. What else did I work on? I worked just a tiny little bit. I mean, honestly though, I finished that yesterday. I finished that yesterday. So I don't have too many whips. I have worked up this much on my Turbulence shawl. Not much, just a little bit. It's a few rows. It's long because I'm knitting and it's long, but it doesn't look like too much, right? I've done a few rows. I don't know. I hope to finish this soon, but really I'm not concentrating enough on it. I'm doing that like, ooh, I feel like knitting, and I do a row or so and then I'm okay. That's basically what's been. I zipped it up on the project. It's okay. It was the edge. Okay, so the last whip I have to show you, which I just started. Okay, I started it yesterday. I took out my Momenti yarn because sometime, it was late at night, I was convinced my Momenti yarn was a 3-weight. I didn't look. And so I looked up my size and I started working it up. And I did 1 entire row. So I chained it, and then I did 1 entire row, and then I went to sleep. And then I woke up, and as I'm working it, I'm like, this is really like, it's not drapey, it's very stiff. And this yarn, is this really a 3-weight? It feels like a 4-weight. And so I looked it up. It's a 4-weight. Now I'm like, what am I gonna do with this Momenti yarn? This is Premier Momenti. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it because I do make amigurumi with 4-weight yarn, but that's about it. I'll have to figure it out. I don't know. Anyways, I took out this yarn, which is DK Batik anti-pilling. It's also from Premier. It is acrylic, not cotton. One of the reasons I wanted Momenti was because it's cotton, but whatever. I can't use it, I can't use it. This one is a 3-weight. See? It is a 3-weight and the colorway is Rosy Posy. So I started it. I can put this into Ella from No Catchy Name came out with a new video, and I think Carrie Penny from the Happy Crafty Homemaker yesterday about a sweater mal. I think it's called #sweatermal 2023 or something like that. So I could put this in. So this morning I corrected my mistake. I took out that yarn. I do not have enough. I will have to order, I think, 1 more skein. I have 4 skeins of this, but I'm not a little girl. I need a lot of yarn. So I've just done 1 row and started the 2nd row. And that is it. That's all I've got. This is, by the way, the last 2 sweaters that I made, I checked out the pattern. Like I did buy the patterns, but to support the designer, but they had them available on their vlogs. So not their vlogs, their blogs. And so I would go and look at their blogs, and I read through the pattern, and I said, okay, I'll try that. This sweater that I made, it's made with half double herringbone stitch, and it is worked on, I believe, the front loop the entire way through. So everything is a front loop, half herringbone, half double crochet, and I did not enjoy it. This pattern, which I looked up and I really, 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 really like, I bought it because there's no vlog to look at to see what stitch they use. It's a half double herringbone crochet. Now, so far, it's going a lot easier than it did with this one. I think that's for 2 reasons. I'm working on both loops in this. And second of all, I got the practice from this. So hopefully this won't take months and months and months to finish. I have almost decided, but not quite, that I will not work on a shawl, and this will be what I work on instead of a shawl. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. But for now, for a week or so, maybe 2, this is my Canadian crotcheter bag, where it lives, and this is my dabbling hook bag, which is where the Turbulence shawl, which is the knitted shawl, is. Yeah, so I always like putting my sweaters in the Canadian crocheter bag because she makes so many wearables, and I'm like, she's gonna give me good vibes if I put it in her bag. So I keep all my sweaters, all my wearables that I make in her bag. But anyways, what was I saying? Hopefully this one won't take as long as this sweater did. By the way, I don't know if I ever mentioned it, but I made a major mistake with the sleeves of this sweater. Yeah, I wear the sweater at home and nowhere else because of this. And as I'm wearing it and it's stretching a little bit, it's becoming more and more noticeable. It wasn't as noticeable at first. I didn't notice it until like wearing it for a little bit. I'm like, why does the sleeve feel trade? Anyways, whatever, it is done. I should have wrote notes when I was doing it, which I didn't. I just used stitch markers because this was a short sleeve, and because it was a short sleeve, it didn't have the stitch count of how to do the rest of it. So I just did it, and I put stitch markers wherever I wanted to put my decreases, and I didn't count the stitches. I didn't write notes to say I should have this amount of stitches, and so I just decreased wherever I did it, but somehow I made a mistake. Anyways, it happens. This one I believe is a long sleeve, so I'd be able to follow the pattern. Whatever, it is what it is. I wear this at home. You'll see me wearing it on videos. Anyways, that's all I've been up to. These guys, I do want to make some more amigurumi. I haven't made any for Rose yet. I need to make dolls for Rose Likes Crochet, and I'm also wondering if it's worth it. Do I have enough time to, number one, make it, and number two, send it in time? Not this coming week, but the next week we're going on a little vacation. It's only going to be for a few days, but it's far. And so I feel like, oh my gosh, how am I going to be able to send it? We'll see what happens. But I think I will start. I know what I want to make. I've already chosen some of the yarn for it. So I'll see if I can make a doll for wings. But anyways, that's what I've been up to. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to hear more from me, please do subscribe. Bye.